Welcome back to another video. This is my third time recording this video. But by the end of this video, you're going to have super nice images, JPEG images that come out of your Lumix Panasonic S5IIX. And we're going to be using this, we're going to be making this in DaVinci Resolve, all for free from professional tools made by other great colorists, professional colorists. I myself am not a professional colorist. I do not get paid to do this, nor do I even have a color calibrated monitor. But I'm going to take the information that I've learned, condense it down, and make you also a final LUT that you can download for free on my link tree, or you can make it yourself and adjust it however you want. And I'm going to show you how to do that all in this video. And all the links will be in the description, every single link, and it will also probably be in a pinned comment. So let me make sure that we're recording my desktop now, because that was a big mistake that I did not want to do again. Anyway, so just a quick summary, right? We're going to be downloading two different... Let me just move this over. What's going on here? Oops. I'm destroying everything. There's going to be two different things we're going to download. The $24.99 DCTL from Juan Pablo Zambrano. I'm not sure his last name, but it kind of has a nice rhyme to it. It's this DCTL, which I will leave a video explaining how to install DCTLs in the description. We're also going to go to Cullen Kelly's website, and he has a download where you can get the Kodak 2383 LUT made in the DaVinci Wide Gamut for working in the DaVinci Wide Gamut. It's very simple. You're going to download those two things. And this is Cullen Kelly. He's a professional color grader. He is, he inspires me. He's good. You should watch his video. Subscribe to him, because he's the one that explained all this stuff to on his channel. And he also explains a full detail. It's like a 35-minute video on why you should use the $24.99 DCTL and how it works. And I'm going to give you a quick summary of it right now. So let's open up DaVinci Resolve. I have some JPEGs in here from the camera. This is shot in Vlog. So this is actually how the photos look. Very flat, no color, barely, no contrast. And the first thing I'm going to explain to you is what we're going to be doing. And I'll just delete everything. We're going to start from the beginning. I'm going to give you a quick summary right now of what the $24.99 DCTL does. So I'm going to put in this DCTL that Cullen Kelly uses. It's called RGB chips. Make sure we have nothing here on the timeline. Let me just delete this on the timeline. Great. RGB chips. And we're going to do 3 colors. Okay. And now we need to transform this to the correct working color space. So let's do a color space transform. Gosh. Color space transform. And this, it comes out in sRGB. And it comes out in linear color space. And what are we going to put it to? We're going to put it to DaVinci Wide Gamut and DaVinci Intermediate, which is where we're going to start working. So this is to DaVinci Wide Gamut. Now we're in DaVinci Wide Gamut. This is just, I'm just going to put RGB chips. Okay. Now we could use another color space transform. And I'll just copy it and swap it. And now we're going to go to Rec 709, Rec 709 for our display. And you would have your image. But this doesn't look good. I'm just going to put 709 so we know where it's going to. Right? Now you would have a finished RGB chips or whatever this is. Like, to see where the colors happen. One thing I learned is when we're going into DaVinci Wide Gamut, or I think it's the output here, use custom max input. And if you slide this all the way out, you get a little more range. I'm not sure if it's here. Is it this one? Yes, it's on the input. So let me just turn this off under tone mapping. On the input is where it matters. I believe Cullen Kelly uses luminance mapping. But if you turn this all the way up, you get way more detail already just by doing that. But we're not going to be using this color space transform. We're going to be using this DCTL here, the $24.99. And look at that. That's going to look a lot more different. He explained in his video how we have these loops, which basically says we're going toward white. So as this, it gets dark and it's getting brighter, it's getting more saturated, and then as it's getting too bright for the camera to handle, it's going to return back to white. And it's returning back to white on a different direction, different path than where it came in on. And this happens for all the colors. And he says, actually, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. We need to put the output here to sRGB. Not a huge difference right now, but the point is, this is similar to film. I'm sure he has a full understanding. Maybe he can even break this down in a video for us one day, but this looks a lot better to me. So this is what's going on with this $24.99 DCTL, right? So how are we going to use this? How are we going to get better colors out of the camera, right? So we don't care about all these RGB chips. We don't need this stuff. But this is just help us explain what's going on. So we're going to disable the RGB chips. Now we're back into our image, which we knew we shot in Panasonic V Gamut and Panasonic Vlog. Done. We're done. No, we're not. We're not done. But so now we've transformed it into DaVinci Wide Gamut, DaVinci Intermediate, and then at the very end, we're putting it back into Rec 709 sRGB. But what we're going to do in between here is we're going to use that Kodak 2383 LUT that Cullen has put in DaVinci Wide Gamut for us. Once you install the LUT, which I will leave a link in the description on how to do that, you're going to have these 3 different working spaces you can work in, right? ACES, RA, DaVinci Wide Gamut, and then you have 3 different versions, D55, 60, and 65. These are all different white points. So let me go ahead and show you what those look like so you understand. We have a warmer, let me make a new node. A warmer tone, right? Middle, and cool. So I'm just going to stick with the middle one, D60. And I'm just going to put this at 2383, D60, like that. Let's turn this off. So this is now our image. This LUT has affected 2 things, the contrast and the colors. Contrast and colors. And I think that alone already looks good enough. Looks really good. If you want to adjust this LUT further, you should. Why not, right? The most important thing though is we need to keep middle gray for our LUT so that way we're not adjusting the total exposure. For example, we're taking a photo overexposed, but then on our image processes it down like 2 stops darker. That's not a good LUT. For like general use, unless it's like a creative effect. Anyway, what we can do is, let's say the contrast is too much for you from here. If you hit Alt and L, we're making a layer mixer. And what this does is it's kind of like Photoshop layers, except the bottom has priority. So you see how if I turn this on and off, it doesn't do anything because the bottom has priority. But what's cool is we can right click on here, the mixing node, and we can go to composite. So how are we going to mix these two nodes together? Let's choose luminosity. And what's going to happen is you can see we've now only adjusted the colors. So we've taken only the colors out of the Kodak 2383 LUT. You can see when I flip it back and forth, the colors change, but not the contrast. And let's say we want it the other way, where we just want the contrast. We go to composite mode and switch to color. Now we've left the same color, but only the contrast is being affected. So this is a cool way to get either color or contrast out of your LUTs. Now I'm just gonna delete this layer mixer and leave both the color and the contrast. Now when you're done with this, you can open up the clips here, right click on the image and hit generate LUT, and you want to use the 33 point cube. For this camera, 33 point cube. Do not use the Panasonic VLUT. It is actually, I looked it up, is worse quality. It's only comparable. It's lower quality than a 17 point cube. So the highest quality file of LUT this camera can take is a 33 point cube. So go ahead and use that one. And I will have a link in the description on how to install this LUT to your camera. Basically, you just put it in the drive, put it in, and then go in the settings somewhere and load it up. That's it. Now, when you use this LUT on your camera, you're gonna want to make a picture profile, and that picture profile should be in Vlog, and then you want to put this LUT. You want to start in Vlog, because what do we start in here? We start in V Gamut Vlog, because that's what I had the camera set to. So this LUT is only going to work correctly based on how it looks here when your camera picture profile, when the profile style, whatever, is set to V gamut and Vlog, and then you put this LUT on top of it. Those JPEG images are going to come out exactly as you see them here. So yeah, that's just a quick, I mean, I don't know if it's too quick or not, but this is what I've been using to make my JPEGs look really nice straight out of the camera. I would highly recommend going back to, if you want to learn more about creating LUTs, about creative LUTs or technical LUTs he's been teaching. I would highly recommend subscribing to his channel, because he is always explaining things better and better each time. And what's great about him is he explains it as if you're new to every video. So it gets a little repetitive sometimes if you've already heard the same things, but it's really solidifying your learning. And if you're new, you can just start from his new videos and so forth, and he continues to teach the same principle, and he links the old principles as well if he needs to. Yeah, so this is how to get quick and simple, cool, different colors, nice looking colors already established from Kodak basically, and with some new tools like this $24.99. Thank you for tuning in. Hit subscribe to my channel, hopefully, if you want to continue learning. Hit like, comment down below if there's any questions. Let me know. See you guys in the next video.